to restring the lights last night on the whole entire tree because they weren't working. And so now we're gonna decorate and clean. Right?
Right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are casual and comfy because it is... Oh, you wanna say it?
Hi guys.
Hi guys! Getting ready to decorate our living room tree. Basically, we're getting down and dirty today. And if you guys like all the Christmas content, please subscribe to my channel and let's dive right into it. Mwah. So starting off, we are going to be first decorating the tree in the living room. This is the tree that we use for Santa's presents and presents from mom and dad. This tree gets a lot of use and a lot of love, and I'm adding a lot of blues this year. If you haven't seen my what I plan to do in the house video, definitely check that out. We are adding some blue decor, so I am pulling out all of my old ornaments, opening up some new ones, and just kind of taking a look and seeing what I have to work with. They're super soft ornaments, yeah.
I have one. I have it.
You have it. Now how I decorated the tree is I just went with color by color, doing the filler ornaments first, or the ornaments that I wanted to be deeper in the tree, and kind of working my way out to the edges and the tips. I try to work in like a diagonal or diamond shape, so I'm spreading the color out evenly across the entire tree. So you'll see I'll put a blue one on one side and then do an opposite angled position of a blue ornament on the other side. And you just repeat that with each color and each ornament type of ornament that you're doing.
Hey, Christmas Bob! Christmas Bob!
Also, our puppy chewed up an ornament last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so same day, I know, different shirt, and I took a shower because I was doing a little DIY on these picks that we are going to be adding to the tree. I will be doing a tutorial on how I made these blueberries because they originally started out brown. But I placed one in the tree and I didn't quite love how far it stuck out. So I'm actually going to remove this brown one. And then I'll just be left with this. So we're going to be adding these to the tree to give it a more filled look, as well as adding some more natural elements. We have the pine, of course, and then the pine cones, and this just helps to give it that overall feeling. I still like the browns of this in there because it does pull the browns of the pine cone and the other ornaments I have. I don't have very many of these, and I do have to save one, maybe two for the top of the tree. So these ornaments are special. They're either going to demonstrate like a time in our life, maybe somewhere we've been, traveled to. We don't have very many because they're continuing to grow. The couple that we do have, I'll share with you. So first we have this wooden snowman, and all of our ornaments are wood, and I want to continue to get wooden ornaments for this tree for this type of purpose. The reason why he's special is because the family that we bought our home from used to, the father, the gentleman that lived here, used to do woodworking, and he left this behind for us. Unbeknownst to him, what's so special about it is not only was it a gift that he left behind, but it has the year 2014, which is the year that he made it according to his daughter who left the letter. But that's also the year that Nate and I got married. So it was kind of like this amazing moment of like, he didn't know, but like it was kind of a sign for us of like we were meant to have this house. He was meant to leave this, like it just full circle moment. And then we also did get our first home ornament. So I'm gonna let Annalie put the snowman on the tree. Go ahead, baby. I'm just gonna put the house up here.
And I put snowman down here.
Do you want to put it up a little bit higher?
No.
No? Right here. And then this was from our time in Korea. This was an ornament gifted to us by Nathan's battalion. And then while we were in Korea, I also made ornaments. So this was for 2019. And then we have a 2021 ornament. I do have a 2020 ornament as well, but it's not here, so I'm gonna have to find that. But we were in Korea for 3 Christmases, so. And then we have our little Ohio Christmas ornament because obviously we live in Ohio.
Let me put it on.
Okay,
Let me put it on.
so put it on, baby.
You go. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Hey, what?
We have a little car ornament because it kind of looks a little bit like my SUV mom car.
Oh, I like it right here. I put it right here. I put it out.
You want to put it right here? Two last things. We are going to sprinkle some of these gold pine cones on to almost look like this right on the very tips of the tree to almost give that like icicle effect.
Whoa, oh, oh. La, da, 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 oh, oh, oh. La, da, 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 oh, oh, oh. La, da, da, da. Making our Christmas memories. I've been working so much lately, I can barely find the time to sleep. Yeah, I spend my time running around, keeping people pleased. But this is my favorite holiday. It's a chance to start over new. 'Cause I missed you, so I'm letting go of everything but you.
Okay, so next order of business is decorating the stair rails. And this is also where I hung my stockings last year and I loved the look of it. So I'm gonna try to do it again this year, but we have a new addition to the family, so there's gonna be 5 stockings, so I have to kind of play and make sure that it still makes sense. So let's see what we can do here. Sorry, did not mean to alarm anybody. If you heard me say new addition to the family, I definitely meant Lady, our puppy that we got last year. on Christmas. She did not have a stocking last year because we got her on Christmas. She was a surprise from Nate. So she's the new addition that we have to add a 5th stocking for, because we've always put one out for Evie, our cat. Then when we had Annalie, we of course included her. And so now that we have Lady, can't leave her out. So for these stair rails, we are going to be using, the first 2 are pine garlands. I actually twisted them together. They are not your best quality. I got them off of Shein last year for really cheap, because I wanted to be able to put some garland up here, and I was working on an extremely tight budget, seeing how we had just moved into this home. But I am loving how it turned out this year. So I added this eucalyptus garland, and I actually broke the eucalyptus up into smaller sections to make it easier to work with and to give some spacing, so it wasn't just like a ton of eucalyptus. There's still the pine there as the base. And then I am using these blueberries that came off of a Hobby Lobby bouquet, like a pre-made bouquet that I got at the thrift store actually for $2.50. I got like 8 of them, and Hobby Lobby was still selling them again this year, so I was able to pick up a few more at like 60 or 70% off. I can't quite remember. So I could use just a few more of those blueberry picks, because the blueberries were hard to find in like a Christmas element. So I was working with what I had and what I could find and get. Moving on to the opposite side of the stairs, I am of course wrapping that post and then just kind of spacing out that garland again. You'll see here, I realized that my garland is actually tied to go in opposite directions, because I wired 2 garlands together to have them go like one left and right. Like there's a center point and they go in opposite directions. And I realized that it just wasn't flowing down the stair rails properly. And so I have to actually take that off and flip it around. And it's fine. We got it on. Everything's tied on now. But I didn't put it in the same spots as I did last year. So this year, if I keep them all together, I'm going to actually try to label where each piece of tied garland was located. So whether it was on the short banister, the long rail, or the short little one that's at the top of the stairs. And in some cases, the eucalyptus is a little bit heavier compared to the pine garland that I have. So it helped to stabilize everything by zip tying the 3 all together. So I would just pinch everything together, find a good point, and use a clear zip tie to just kind of make it everything more supported and stronger. So all of my ribbon was on a budget this year, because I have a lot of ribbon to already work with, but because I was incorporating new colors, I wanted to keep it cost effective. This ribbon is actually from the sewing section in Hobby Lobby. It definitely recommend checking them out, especially in the off season if you're thinking about switching colors, because they have velvet over there, they had satin, linen. Now none of this ribbon is going to have the wired edge, so it is going to be that more droopy, soft look instead of that like structured traditional Christmas look that we see a lot with ribbon. Keep that in mind. It doesn't have wired edges on most of the ribbon in the sewing section, but you could find some really pretty ribbon and some unique ones, as well as some of the trendy ones that are more expensive because they have a Christmas label on them. Now, speaking of trends, I did add more velvet to my collection. I've been doing velvet for a few years now, but velvet is all the rage for this holiday season. And so I picked up this blue velvet from Amazon. Again, not labeled as Christmas ribbon or anything like that, but it was the perfect dusty blue that I was going for. And pro tip, I used alligator clips on the back of my ribbon so I can just clip it right onto the green bows I had already tied. Now, one of the existing ribbons that I already had was this dark velvet green ribbon. I've had this for about 4 years, I think now. I got it when I was in Korea still, and then we used a lot of it last year. I didn't use as much of it this year in my decorating, but I'll reuse it for Christmas wrapping and packaging. And so I am adding a few touches of the green on the white stockings, as well as including this blue. And because my green was already cut to the perfect length from last year for tying these on, I used it as a guide to cut my blue one so everything would be the same length, therefore giving me a pretty close to the same size bows. So here's a little question for you. If you don't have a traditional fireplace to hang your stockings, where do you guys hang yours? I love that I have this banister this year and last year to hang our stockings. This is probably going to be where they are for quite a few years now. But in the past, I have hung stockings off of my entertainment stand. That's pretty common that I've seen. And then when I was in Korea, I actually hung my stockings on the wall, but I used a tree branch from outside to hang them on, and I put like some twinkle lights, and it was really cute. So if you guys don't have a fireplace, where do you hang your stockings? As I was tying the ribbon on, I was playing around with the different colors, coordinating with the different colored stockings, and I did settle on the dark green stockings having the light blue ribbon, and the 2 cream stockings on the end have the dark green ribbon, and then this cream stocking here in the center is going to get the light green ribbon. As you see, I'm trying to finagle and get that laid out properly. And the reason being is because the light green ribbon is on the opposite side and it wraps around the banister, so I didn't want additional color showing on the banister. So to keep it uniform, I just used a thinner version of the ribbon that's on the garland. Moving on to the front door, when you walk up to my door, I wanted it to look like it was part of the rest of the decor on the inside. So again, I'm using that dusty blue, brown, as well as this cream. I added extra greenery picks to my wreath to give it some more body and different texture, and this also makes it look more expensive. This is a fairly cheap wreath that you would get in like a package with matching garland. And then I also added these bells that I got for like 15-20 cents last year for like 90% off at Hobby Lobby. And I'm also hot gluing both some blueberries that match the banisters as well as some pine cones that I had already to match the Christmas tree. So everything is kind of coming together and being coordinated in a very thought out process.
Hold up, I am on my way, I'm in motion. Let's go to the ocean. Yeah, let's go outside. We can hang out on the beach without freezing. Yeah, isn't that amazing?
And then last couple touches to the living room, I added a garland above the entryway into the dining room. Added the same garland that is on the banister to an already existing garland, and then also added in those eucalyptus picks as well, again tying everything together. These bells are from Hobby Lobby. I got them last year and I really wanted to use them and I didn't know how, and I think this is the perfect little vintage touch up here. It's simple but cute, and then just adding in the blue bow. I did go back and add in a green satin bow behind the blue to match the banisters, but you'll see that in the final walkthrough at the end of the video. And after doing a couple final touches of decor around the room, that is going to wrap up this year's living room decorate with me. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, please give this video a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. Quick side note, I did add fairy lights to the garland on the stairs and banisters. And that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys very shortly in a brand new video in just a few days. Mwah.
Bye, guys.
Okay.
Now this Christmas, we're gonna dance. We're gonna dance, 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 come on. Dance. We're gonna dance, dance, have a good time. Dance, dance, all night long. We're gonna dance, dance, and have a good time. I think Santa's gonna come and join us in this song. Doesn't matter if the snow